20 years ago, when we destroyed the mothership, we detected a burst in an X-band frequency directed toward deep space.
Looks like someone picked up the phone and answered.
A distress call.
Talking about some big movies today, man. You know, it's blockbuster season officially right now. And
is it over once Suicide Squad comes out?
No, it's gonna be over before that. You know, it's that time where we get those. You know, Suicide Squad costs some money, but then we get those movies that do nothing but blow up shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's all they do. Is just blow up shit. I don't care how many times you try to tell me what the plot is. I don't care how many characters are in there. The movie's just there to blow up shit.
Yeah.
That's what the first Independence Day did. People trying to tell, oh, it's like the new Star Wars. No, they just blowing up shit. That's all. Star Wars had characters in the plot.
It was the new Star Wars when they forgot how to make Star Wars movies.
Yeah. And then Star Wars took the fuck on out the way. But that didn't stop them from making a sequel. And I actually told people for a long time, I said, man, look, because you got these people out there, these fanboys who love this shit. Oh, it's a cult classic, man. You know, man, you just don't get it. It's just dumb fun. I'm like, yeah, I ain't making that shit no more. I had its day. We got new Star Wars ain't coming back. Oh, but they showed me, Martin. And people, we got Independence Day, not part 2, Martin, but Independence Day Resurgence. And Martin, what is this resurgence about? Well, the aliens, they left us for 20 years, man. 20 years. Left us to get our shit together. They left us to even like find world peace. People in the world, they talking about, man, what the fuck we were arguing about? That didn't even make no sense. You know, I mean,
hey, you know what? The final plot in Watchmen, it came true.
Oh yeah, you know that the aliens that came down and united us. We like, well, shit.
We had a common enemy.
Yeah, we got to like put this petty shit down just in case we get attacked. You know, again, you never know when that's gonna happen. But they gave us technology. The world is a whole different place. I mean, it's the future instantly like that. Aliens looked at us and said, "Wow, y'all really pulled your stuff together. You know what? We're gonna blow that shit up again. Did you really think that we were gonna sit back and let you have this?"
Right. Make us look bad?
Yeah.
We can't be bitches in the rest of the universe.
Hell no, they said, motherfucker, we sat back and just watched. We just let y'all do this shit till y'all got to a point you thought you were cool. No, fuck you. Where's that rug at? Yank. You human bitches, how dare you?
Oh, do you have some little cannons there? That's so cute. Knock them down.
No, they didn't fight. See, they for a long time, you know, we thought we were all right. We thought we were cool. And the queen sat back and said, I'm going to let y'all do this shit. Because he didn't know that there was another bad bitch up there who was mad about it. But she said, I'm going to play the long con. Let these motherfuckers think they got it.
It's like when you knock an anthill over and you let them spend all day building it back up.
Yeah.
To knock it back down again.
Fuck you again. That's what they did to us. But that's okay because, hey, we did it the first time. And this time, Martin, we have an unlikely ally who might be able to come in and help us defeat an even stronger, larger, angrier, more dangerous invasion.
We have a consultant this time.
Yeah. Man, here's the thing about it, because y'all thinking, oh shit, you know, this, I don't know if I want to see this. You know, the reason why I watched it back in the day was because of my boy, Big Willie style.
Right.
Big Will Smith in there. Will Smith, I think even Will Smith sat back and like, yeah, you know, ain't nobody going to do this shit without me. Y'all going to have to wait till I'm finished with After Earth. But one monkey don't stop an alien invasion, man.
That's true.
Yeah, I know it sounds racist. I mean it. Yeah, I don't know. You know, he got shook. He got shook. You know, a few of his big budget movies bombed. Right. So he said, yeah, I'm just going to
take a break from blockbusters.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna take a break to tell the truth. You know, I'm going out there trying to get that Oscar again. But this time they got his son in there. They don't even tell you how he died. They just walk into the White House. There's a picture of him posing too.
Memorial. Yeah. Everybody's like, hey, you know, if your father was still alive, he'd be really proud of you. Wow, I haven't done shit.
I ain't done shit. Yeah, they walk into the White House. So they got his son in this movie right here. His son is played by what's that boy's name? Usher or something. I know he's on.
For real, his first name is Usher.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jesse T. Usher is his name.
No, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he's the little boy from the first movie, 20 years later, he done his dad. Well, that's his stepdaddy, right? He done his,
right.
done his stepdaddy proud. He's the captain right now. And when you funny when they walk into the White House, they got a picture of almost like a velvet painting of Will Smith, like watching crossing the Delaware. And he's posing hard.
And his mama is the first time in the world that a stripper actually went to medical school and became a doctor.
That Vivica A. Fox. yeah. She really was stripping to go to college. Who would have thunk it? But it's that's one of the things that you'll notice at first is like, all right, it really does show with this one. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It really does show with how times have changed, because where Will Smith was the draw for the first Independence Day, with this right here, the humans really don't matter that much. Yeah. The special effects is what has really taken over at this point. It's because when people, we were just talking about how this is Star Wars. The first one was Star Wars. I want to be Star Wars for a time when the slot was open.
Right.
But it really wasn't. But this movie right here, no, this really is trying to be Star Wars at this point, because with the alien technology that the humans have now, they are able to like create this futuristic world.
Yeah, and they're flying X-Wings.
They're flying X-Wings and alien ships and everything. I mean, they created an alternate universe, an alternate Earth. And 20 years has showed us, like, yeah, you do see where star power has taken a seat to CG and CG graphics. Spaceships, explosions are the stars here. I mean, most of these people that are in this, like we just talked about this Jesse T. Usher. Like, I don't think I saw him on BET, but I'm not sure. It has everybody that's trying to get a franchise now.
Yeah, it's
like that. That was that hit there.
Liam Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth. Yeah.
Well, it seems like the perfect kind of vehicle for that, because Will Smith wasn't a big movie star until he did Independence Day. That's what launched him.
Yeah.
So you get this franchise going again. It's like, all right, well, he won't come back, but we got some new blood. Let's get them all in here, and we throw enough people in. One of them has to blow up, right?
Yeah. I mean, the movie's really not dependent on any star power at all, which is cool for the people that say, I just want to go see a dumb alien blow 'em up action flick.
Well, now, the one thing I would correct you on when you say it depends on any star power, it's really putting a lot of heavy lifting on Jeff Goldblum for this. And at the theater, because you went out to go take care of your car or get some food or something. When you missed, they did a lot of promo video stuff with Jeff Goldblum. They even had him acting against himself as his character. Like both of them on screen at the same time.
What was that?
It was like promo stuff they had in the theater before the movie played.
Really?
Yeah, they were doing it like it was like some kind of TV show documentary all about what's going on with Earth since the aliens came, and even had Jeff Goldblum, the actor, talking with that character he plays in there, with them interacting with each other.
You know what? I don't mind that, and I'm going to tell you why in a little while, because I have a whole lot to say about Jeff Goldblum actually in this, and I'm not surprised to hear about what you're saying. I mean, I'm not saying it's not depending on a lack of stars or anything like that. In fact, it's cool that they're able to bring some characters back.
They brought back more people than I expected.
Like Brent Spiner, who was what was his name in the movie? Dr.
Oakley or something?
Oakley Octavius or something. Yeah. Which is cool because everybody thought he was dead, because the last time we saw him, an alien had his ass pinned up against a glass wall. You see people like, shit.
Why'd we release all that smoke in there? I can't see a goddamn thing.
He's like, no, really, get this motherfucker off me.
I love it. He's playing his throat like a flute.
Yeah, man. Dr. Brackish Oaken is his name, which I'm glad they brought him back, because look, people, we don't need to tell you this. It ain't no surprise. This shit is dumb. It's goofy. It's stupid. And everybody going through the movie taking this.
Is it?
Man, but the funny thing is, everybody's taking this shit so seriously. Mm-hmm. And Brent Spiner's coming in. He's just like, look, man, I ain't saying this shit. I'm not doing. You're going to let me ad-lib my shit. I'm going to be the comic relief right here, because everything else is just fucking dumb.
All right. Coming for you, baby. There she is.
What is it, an alien laser?
Nope. That's the Oaken laser. Careful, you'll agitate the crystals. I built it back in '94. Had to shelve it, though, after the meltdown in Sector 3. Here, put it over here. What is that thing doing here? All right, be a good boy. Go stand over there.
Oh, yeah, you want talking that shit when you getting tentacle raped 20 years ago. Yeah, you want a bad motherfucker in, we'll put your ass back in there one day. Like, okay, all right, please, thank you. You know, it's good. He's very good in the movie as far as having fun. I ain't saying it's a great role.
You love to see people have fun.
Man, when I'm looking at some shit like this, somebody got to have fun. I ain't. I'm glad that somebody's getting a laugh out of this shit. Even though he's getting
You're getting a laugh at your expense, though.
And you know, that's the funny thing about the movie is that there's really nothing but these special effects because the story ain't shit. This is a cartoon. This is a 30-minute show on Cartoon Network, stretched out to 2 hours.
Yeah,
it does things
with about 8, 9, maybe 10 subplots. The writing in this, I know I shouldn't be complaining about the writing. I know you're saying
ain't nobody walking in here for the writing, but I'm just amazed at how bad they can make it. Every piece of dialogue in here, it's not dialogue, it's not conversation. Every piece of dialogue in here is exposition for people. I've been up here for 20 years. How is it being my fiance? How long you been in a coma? 7 or something. It's like everything is meant to explain. Nobody has a natural conversation here.
Well, man, when you got 24 characters you're trying to juggle, that's what you have to do.
But you know what? I will give. What's his name that directed this?
Roland Emmerich.
Who's never really directed a great movie ever that I can remember.
Man, Roland Emmerich is like the less obnoxious gay twin brother of Michael Bay. I mean, his movies are a bit more cohesive. They don't feel like they're like everything's random, but they're just as dumb.
No,
and it's all about shit blowing up.
No, and you are right about that. Oh, look who's here.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, speaking of invasion, look who's here. Come on in, sir.
Knowledge is power.
Have a seat.
Love that shirt.
Have a seat. Let me go ahead. Oh, we were just talking about Independence Day, sir.
Oh, that cinematic.
Yeah. You can't even bring yourself to say that.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, you just missed it, man. We were talking about how great the characters were, how awesome the dialogue is.
Is this the truth?
Hell no. Don't look at them. I'll tell you right now. No, I'm a fucking liar.
Okay, well, I say I trust them as much as I trust you right now.
No, trust me. Trust me, man. This shit is. I'm just talking about how dumb this is, and he was just talking about how Roland Emmerich is the more gay, dumber, less obnoxious brother of Michael Bay, which I would tell you, and he's right because at least juggling all these characters, he can bring some cohesion to it. I mean, he balances that well.
Like Michael Bay would do this same movie, except there would be pieces of it that would just be offensive to you for no reason. You'd be like, man, that's just grating. Why would you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Or just jokes that are like, wow, that's astoundingly bad. And you got loud with that joke. Here, it's just a lot of jokes that are lame over and over. But you're just kind of like, okay. Because it's like, what, 4, maybe even 5 comic relief characters in here?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a bit much. But you know what? You don't have the smarts to write anything better, so let's just write it out.
No, you're right. No, you're right about that. Every Roland Emmerich ain't really has done the things that Michael Bay has. Michael Bay gonna make sure there's a loud, fat black woman in every one of his movies. You know, at least in this movie, oh Lord, that alien's coming. He ain't got that shit.
Oh, there's gonna be some racial stereotype.
Oh hell yeah. At least you know, they made the black man a captain in this. What was the last movie? He actually made a Pearl Harbor where a black man was peeling potatoes and had a bomb fall on his ass. You know, at least in this movie, we didn't have a black dude look up in the sky. Oh, Lord, that spaceship showing.
Or robots with nuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
in your face.
Yeah. You know, at least Roland Emmerich has some restraint.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him. I mean, what I'm mad about here, Martin, is that there's 5 writers on this for them to make a fucking cartoon.
Well, that's never a good sign anyway.
No, because what they've done here is it's one of the laziest things that I hate when it comes to alien invasion movies. Because really, you got 5 writers to write this same old trope of where the aliens have to have psychic links to humans just so the writers won't have to like create any culture or dialogue or alien language. You know, they always say, oh, they're psychic, they're in my brain, oh, they're in my mind. And in this one, they just do a whole data dump.
Wait, did you get another release me moment in this one?
Yeah, we just showed it. Well, yeah, there's plenty of those. But with this one now, they people are like receiving maps from the aliens.
Oh, yeah.
They receiving messages through the whole thing.
If you fought an alien once before, the queen can always tap into your mind and tell you what's going on.
Them tentacles quick to go up the ass and say, "Oh, she coming," you know. But there's all around the world people are having visions. Some people who have had contact with aliens before. Some people who have had contact later.
At least your father spared the elephants. Good for him.
Look, the Roswell crash in 47, the farmer who made contact drew the same circle. And every time I interview one of my patients and show them this, they all express the same emotion.
Fear.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Think of the circle. The night the ship turned on, I experienced the strongest vision I've ever had.
Just walks out.
Through this.
Damn, man, that's some nice shading. You good.
That's incredible. How'd you decipher so much of their language?
They were hunting us. We had to learn how to hunt them.
Like, this Negro's intense.
He like, he was in this movie. The Last King of Scotland.
You like, this motherfucker's still looking at me.
Oh yeah, this is Africa.
I gotta tell you though, that dude, that African dude, the actor's name is Diobia Oparia. You know me, I can't say no African names. But I tell you what, he's a badass dude in the movie. He's like a Mortal Kombat character.
Word?
He's got 2 katanas. He's flipping behind aliens and
really.
shit.
Oh, okay.
I like to say katanas. That sound more dramatic. No, he's like a Mortal Kombat character, man.
Yeah, you know it's the same thing, right?
They're like katanas, except for longer and a little broader.
One dumbass character called them katanas.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was in the movie. See, somebody said it. But, that's the thing. Showing Jeff Goldblum right there. Jeff Goldblum, he returns as his old character David Levinson, and I have to say, man, I like Jeff Goldblum just because he's older in the movie. I mean, he ain't taking shit seriously in this
Here's
film
the thing,
at all.
man. There's so much about this movie to not like. So I was looking for the things to like, and I like Jeff Goldblum. I mean, I always just kind of generally like him anyway. But in here, I was like, man, he's been thrown into just a mire of shit. And he's just doing the best he can with it. He's kind of having fun. He's delivering his lines in a way that, that's kind of interesting. He knows how to be funny, but not too much.
I love Jeff Goldblum in this because Jeff Goldblum, you say he's doing his best. Jeff Goldblum don't care.
Oh, no.
Jeff Goldblum is just going through this movie trying to get his check. He really don't give a fuck. They give him some lines, he just says them. He ain't even saying them with real feeling. He just said, I'm gonna deliver him my way and get the fuck on out of here. And I really like Jeff Goldblum in this, except for the fact that they bring back Judd Hirsch as his father.
As the big... Oh, did I say there was no racial stereotypes
I was about
in
to
this?
say the Jewish
wow.
one.
Wow, I totally forgot about Judd Hirsch.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because Judd Hirsch plays Jeff Goldblum's dad, and now that Jeff Goldblum is older, when you look at Judd Hirsch, they kind of look alike. You know what I mean? I'm like, who's the dad? Even Jeff Goldblum, yeah, I can kind of see it. But that's what I like about Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum being older now, I like old Jeff Goldblum.
Sure.
Because back in the day, they used to try to make Jeff Goldblum sexy. Every movie he was in, he had to take his shirt off.
Well, he was anorexically skinny up until he did The Fly, and he put on all that muscle for that. And after that, he was like, well, shit, I did all this work. I'm going to show this shit off.
Had him laying down in Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is, man. They always had him taking his shirt off and shit, like in Jurassic Park when he broke his leg. Instead of a dude being like, no, he's like, I'm gonna open my shirt and pose for these goddamn dinosaurs up in. Hey, T-Rex, what's up?
Fix your legs. Y'all take off my shirt right quick. No, your pants. The shirt, though.
Yeah.
You might want to use this for a cover of a romance novel.
Yeah, shit. How we gonna stop these dinosaurs? With sex in this bitch. Come on. And it was funny too. Do you remember that? Because they tried to make him sexy, but he was always weird.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that kept him from kind of being sexy. Because you remember that even somebody made a song out of it. That's that Jurassic Park shit.
Oh,
where he
that
did
laugh.
He did that crazy ass laugh. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, if y'all haven't seen it, I'm sure you have. Back in the day, it was like 1 year ago, 2 years ago. Somebody took his laugh, which is the creepiest fucking laugh in Jurassic Park, and made a whole trap beat out of it.
So you two, dig up dinosaurs?
Oh.
They're like, what the fuck is wrong with him? That shit's kind of catchy, ain't it?
It is.
I went and played this for a whole week. I played this in my car. People in C were looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Yeah, but now that we got old Jeff Goldblum, I'm like, he's kind of pulled back on that, man. And he's actually, he's just being a funny, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
And that's what the movie needed, man, because there's a lot of people, as I said, who are trying to take this shit way too seriously. And I'm not saying that I didn't have fun with it. I did, because everything that I'm talking about right now is null and void anyway, because people are just there to see the attack. It takes a long time to get to that, but once it does, I mean, they pile it on. Where you going, man?
I know, yeah. Once they pull out like that, it's like, why are you running?
Yeah.
I'll just get back in my car and turn on the radio.
Yeah. Light a joint. Just
This is it.
let what happens happens.
Oh my God. What goes up must come down.
Don't worry, we're in a control dive. Falling, it's called falling. No, control dive.
You call it whatever you want.
They like to get the landmarks.
You know, it's funny because I don't know what London has done to people, man. To me, we talked about how all these movies, they love to blow up London, but in this film, this spaceship actually goes through other countries and picks up buildings and just dumps that shit on London. I mean, it's you see them blow up certain places, but they just dump their trash on London right here. Terrorists and aliens hate London, man. And it's when you look at that, it's a cool scene because they're being creative with it. I mean, it's not like they're just really blowing up shit. It's, if you look at this, it's a cool scene where they have to, they have a ship that's so big that the gravitational pull is pulling up countries, and they had to fly through the debris of all the planes and cars and buildings that are going up and down. And I thought that was actually pretty exciting. I like that. I mean, if you're going to throw CG at the screen, just go crazy. That's what Roland Emmerich does.
I mean, it's spectacle. It's just one of these things where I'm like you should see the size of the ship. Because they pull back from the Earth, and it's covering about a third of the Earth. And I'm like, anything like that crash lands on Earth, that's an extinction level event. That's how the dinosaurs died.
Yeah, that's like 10 of the asteroids that killed the dinosaurs. And it's funny because they just come down and they just park.
Yeah,
you know what? I mean, they park on about 50 countries and they just sit there for a little while. When there's no effect on the orbit of the Earth. I know I'm looking for too much science here, but come on, y'all.
But
dumb
also,
is dumb.
on the in-flight movie was Man of Steel, because they also pull out those same Earth drills to dig into the Earth. I'm like, man, we just saw this. Come on.
And see, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just, sure, it's supposed to be a dumb movie, but how many movies can we go to today where we can just watch them just blow cities up?
Yeah, I'm getting like hints of X-Men Apocalypse from what you just showed.
X-Men Apocalypse, Batman versus Superman, Civil War. I mean, Alien, it's funny because here we see movies now where even movies are just starting to apologize for blowing up shit.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what, man? Yeah, we did go a little bit too far. Not Roland Emmerich. Roland Emmerich said, I'm not.
Well, and the thing about Roland Emmerich, I mean, once again, we're really seeing such a pattern with him in these end-of-the-world movies. Because it's always, yes, everything's blowing up, but there's one scrappy dude who's somehow able to drive through all the destruction. Like, what was the one? Not The Day After Tomorrow.
2012.
2012. With John Cusack and that magic limo that could somehow drive through earthquakes.
Oh, yeah.
And even with The Day After Tomorrow, it's always that, like, oh, we got a countdown. Everything's going to come to the end in 6 hours. Oh, wait, update 1 hour now. Oh, shit, 6 minutes. It's like, man.
Yeah.
It's like, back when it was 6 hours, that was enough. You don't have to keep stacking the deck.
And that's another thing. They think of solutions right on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
On the spot. Aliens come down and Jeff Goldblum is like, well, we actually make a shield and then blow up the bombs while the shields are around it. And nobody questions it. Everybody's like, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
You're the one that took him down last time with a MacBook.
With a MacBook. Not a MacBook Pro.
There's no like, well, how long is that going to take? Oh, all I need is a week.
No, they actually have people. I hate that with movies where they're like, what if we, and the first thing that comes out their mouth, oh, hell yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
And it's
Everybody's on board.
also another thing where the aliens, there's another thing I hate about these fucking alien movies where it's lazy. It's like, oh, you know how you stop, how did they really stop the invasion? Oh, well, we're going to kill that one big bitch that controls everybody, the queen who controls the hive. Yeah. And when you kill the queen, apparently everybody's going to stop fighting or go down or die. It's just a lazy way to write something where it's like, hey, you kill one element and then we don't have to write 5 or 6 movies to explain about what happened.
Yeah, I think with the Avengers, the first one, Joss Whedon even admitted, he's like, look, we just didn't want to spend the time trying to kill off all the aliens, so we just wrote it that way.
No, it's lazy. I mean, it's one thing to have bad writing, but it's one thing to have lazy tropes that we see over and over again. And while I say the movie can be fun, so that you can just watch it as an action film, as a special effects extravaganza, a special effects spectacle, it's still something where if you've seen enough of these, you can't hold it against the film. You can be just a little upset that they didn't try just a tad bit harder.
Sure. Well, also, you don't have Will Smith, of course, but that's a real vacuum because what you do have in these Liam Hemsworth and all the other younger kids they have in there, none of them are measuring up to that. Like where you would have that spot where you have that charismatic person you want to follow. You got this squad of him. You got my back, buddy. You know it. You know you're gonna miss me if I die. It's like this kind of sandwiched together camaraderie. Just kind of instant add water to make it, and it's just not really there.
Yeah,
and like they're bouncing back and forth between so many different characters and little subplots that they come back to some. You go like, oh yeah, I forgot Judd Hirsch was in this. Okay,
and it's funny too because if y'all don't think China's not taking over, at least not taking over Hollywood, you got something else coming for you. You got a rude awakening.
Oh, they made a surprise trip to China?
No, man. They pretty much made characters and scenes and dialogue for Chinese people. The first person to come on screen to let you know that they running shit is a Chinese dude. They got a Chinese pilot with an Asian name, Rain, video game Asian character Rain, who only there just to, hey, look, we got a badass Asian in here. The first people to die are Chinese people. They want you to, the first dialogue that's spoken by a character that's Chinese is they come out, they don't even try to put subtitles on there.
Oh, wow.
They just said, no, this is for the Chinese audiences over there. This whole thing with them making movies for China, making scenes for China, it's okay, but just.
It's like product placement.
Yeah, that Chinese dude right there might as well be a Coke can.
I think that's Korea.
I'm gonna say China.
Okay, yeah, they'll care about the Koreans.
Not that I can tell. But yeah, man, it's what am I gonna tell you? If you're a fan that's been waiting on this, then fine, you got what you want from this. I mean, you're pretty much getting the same thing that you had the last time, except bigger and dumber. It's one of those movies where I can't really say how it's going to play because 20 years is a while to come out with the sequel, even for something like this. If this had been 20 years later and we had less movies coming out, I might be able to say, yeah, this thing is going to perform huge. But with this being something that has to compete with so many other things and so much further away from its original film, with missing some of the elements that made it big back then, not that they would even matter today, I don't know if this is something I can tell people to go out and even rush to see just for the spectacle. This is something where, again, if it's nothing but visual, you can watch this at home on your nice TV, unless you really just have to go out on a date or you have to have some social interaction. We watched it on the IMAX theater. We went over to the Bob Bullock and the real IMAX in town. And even then I was thinking, man, there's only look, for an hour this would have been cool. But after an hour and a half, I'm like, man, I'm numb to this shit now.
Considering you pay like what for IMAX, like $18 or how much it costs now?
Well, it's 13. Okay. But then I had to get his broke ass in there. So you know, I'm just kidding. What? Damn, that really sold it to you. I got money.
Yeah, you email saying, hey, I'm getting tickets for both of us. It's like, oh, cool. Then I get on the show, you're like, yeah, this broke motherfucker made me buy his ticket. And I'm like, wait.
Hey, well, you give me that $13 back.
Hell no. Not for this. If you took me to see something good, I'd pay you back.
Yeah. Took him out for a date. This is what I got right here. Is this bullshit?
You didn't even try the popcorn trick, dude?
No, I didn't even try the popcorn. I didn't think I would have to. I actually grabbed his hand, tried to put on my crutch. He's like, no, man. That's going to be $5 more. I said, bullshit. Yeah, I still want that hand job, man. Make this shit worth it.
I feel like this gave it to you.
No, this game, I got fucked by this. Yeah, have me looking like Jeff Goldblum. What the fuck is going on? You know, it's a rental, man. It's not even a bad rental. It's the rental. Put it on, get your feel of it. I don't even know if you'll sit down and watch the whole thing, but watch it, have fun, get your feel of it, cut it off when you want to, leave it on if you want to. But watch this movie in your own convenience. I'm telling you, people. What more can you? Don't buy into the marketing with this. You've seen superheroes and terrorists and action people blow up shit all fucking summer. This shit ain't no different from that. You just watching one special effect after the other. If you argue with me on this, you just buying into the fucking marketing that I gotta go see this because it's a fucking blockbuster. You've seen the shit already. Rent that shit at home.
Well,
God damn it.
I would say that there's something that I really like about this movie. A lot, actually.
The end.
No, not that. It's the fact that I really hated the first Independence Day. I thought it was stupid. And I couldn't believe people were buying into it.
I didn't know you hated
that love of Star Wars. Because another thing this one does is like, what's our plan? Our plan? We're going to Star Wars the shit out of this. And that's what they proceed to do. It ain't even trying to cover it up. But, you know, yeah, the first Independence Day was one of those movies that I hated. And I had people going like, man, wasn't that great? Wasn't that awesome? I love that movie. And he talked to him, like, you know, talking real early. He's like, well, I was 13 when I saw it. So what I like about this movie is now those people are older. They're 20 years older. And they get to see this, and it's just as dumb as that first one. And they get to go like, oh, it was because I was a kid. Never mind. This movie is it's only laughable in how dumb it's willing to get at times. And on some level, I sort of appreciate that. But then I snap back to reality. I'm like, yeah, but they still want my money for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you know, yeah, you're right. If you got a big TV, if you got the setup, and you just want the loud spectacle, sure, it delivers in that. There's about 15 minutes of battle and stuff that's actually worth it, or lives up to what it's supposed to be. The rest of it is just lame jokes, too many characters, and a completely derivative and dumb plot. So it's a rental.
Yeah, exactly rental. Only thing I say about this movie is and I'm serious about this. It's letting us know who the next president is going to be. I mean, when he's that's one thing you can say about
aliens.
When you, I wish. No, when these big budget movies, when they show you the president, and the president is not the president that we're used to, it usually happens. You know, the president in this, they're telling us Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president.
I thought that too.
Because our survival is only possible when we stand together.
That's Sailor Ward right there. For all y'all sitting up here talking about Hillary Clinton going to be president, hey, remember what happened with Deep Impact?
Oh, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, but how many decades before was Deep Impact before Barack became president?
Like 1.5.
Well, that was a black president, man. This is a white woman. So, you know, I think that a little bit easier with that.
I do feel like the movies are trying to get everybody on board with it. They're trying to soften the blow. Like, it's coming. You already seen it.
Oh hell yeah.
You couldn't even imagine it before, but now you can imagine it.
Oh yeah. Because if Trump was here, aliens would blow this shit up immediately. You aliens gonna build this goddamn shield with your money.
Your space dollars.
Zap. No, man. No, it's really some bullshit in a pretty package, man.
Wow, you summed it up well.
That's all it is. So, let me see here. Will saw this with us. Yeah, and Will had to pay his money to go see this. Yeah, Will had to pay his thing.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Will was vocal through the movie.
Yeah.
But he paid his money.
I heard. And the whole time, man, he paid his money the whole time. Just Goldblum laughing at his ass. I got your money, Will. Come on up, Will.
It's Will's theme song.
So you two,
hey, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
What's going on? You know, you actually remind me a little bit of just Goldblum. You got that asshole kind of laugh.
That make you Will Smith.
And everybody in the studio looking at themselves like this.
That's
we hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on
fine,
in.
it's fine,
No,
fine.
we don't, man.
This movie is not the greatest. Well, I'm convinced that eventually Roland Emmerich he wants to blow the earth up. It's going to happen in one of the movies because every time that we see another movie, it's just more and more and more and more.
It's true. Like, how much more can he do?
I mean, at this one, they have that point where you just pull back on the earth and half of it is just there's a fucking robot on the whole thing. It's a giant spider. But the main issue that I have with this movie compared to the first one is that in the first one, they really kind of build up the whole countdown to when they destroy all of the monuments and all that stuff. And it's really kind of what sold that movie and made that movie live as long as it did.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that in this. And the movie just kind of keeps perpetually moving and so fast that you don't really know, you don't have a time to catch your breath. And it reminded me a lot of Jurassic World in that sense, where it's like, oh shit, the park is all of a sudden destroyed. All right. And then all of a sudden everyone's gone. And, you know, there were a couple of what could have been really cool scenes, and then they cut away and just tell you what happened. And it wasn't done in a cool Hitchcockian sense. It was just like, no, we're just going to show you.
Well, you can't use Hitchcock and Independence Day in the same sentence. Come on.
I'm sorry.
He's contrasting it.
Yeah. Even Hitchcock is like, pardon me, excuse me.
Yeah, pardon. But that was...
Hands sticking up out of the dirt.
Well, I was laughing a lot of it, too, because it was just that incredibly ridiculous.
As somebody who was 13 and said, because you told me the same thing,
Yeah.
13 was laughing. I mean, you definitely see the error of your ways now, right?
You know what? I'll say this. I actually think the first one is a little bit more sound. And
Really?
I think the first one's still a better movie.
You know what? I know Martin says he hated the first movie. I look at this and what are you going to see the movie for? I think the first one was better because at least the characters...
There were less of them. It was easier to
there was
follow
less
their
of
There were
stories.
less of them, and you could follow them better.
Yeah.
This is just piling on stuff. That's all it is. It's just piling on and hoping that you'll be distracted, that there is nothing underneath it. So, I mean, sorry.
And it's a movie that you can't really watch by itself. But if you're going in only knowing that it's a sequel, then half the time I was watching it, I kept thinking like, yeah, I'd really rather just turn this off and watch the first one.
No, wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I and that's the thing that I'm wondering about, how people are going to be accepting this, because a lot of people are big fans of the first one. And I wonder if they're even going to come out and see this, because this just looks like more fatigue of, what they call this, destruction porn.
Sure.
You know, I'm wondering if this is really
Disaster porn.
Disaster porn.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is going to even appeal to the people who are fans of the first one, because it looks like it's, even with the trailer, it looks like it's
It's
repeating.
not even the same type of movie.
Well, yeah, it's more of a science fiction.
It is. It's
Yeah.
more of, I mean, I want to say the first one's not an invasion movie, but this one is, I don't know. It was just very weird.
What would you rate it? I mean, with you being because I was not a fan of the first
No,
one.
I know.
I didn't hate it like Martin did, but with you being a fan of the first one, you feel more for this?
There's just so many, like this fucking part there. That was so stupid with Judd Hirsch and he's like racing the wave. I was like, oh my God, man. I don't know, what's our rating system again?
You've been here how long?
Yeah.
I know, right? Damn near a year.
I mean, this is a new for Double Toasted. We did this shit with Spill, man.
Yeah, okay.
We ain't changed a damn thing in that rating system. I'm gonna leave your ass to think about it. I ain't gonna help you with shit. No, you do this shit on your own, goddammit.
I give it, if you really want, if you like the series, if you know, there's like, oh shit, there's Independence Day 2, I'd give it a rental.
A rental.
Yeah.
He wants to give it a matinee. He just couldn't remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah. I didn't know we could do that. All right.
Will Valley, ladies and gentlemen.
Will Valley, ladies and gentlemen. You slick fuck you.
Our whole lives built up to this moment.
It's touchdown over the Atlantic.
Which part?
All of it.
Make them pay.
Not going up there to make friends.
We've got to remind them Earth is not for the taking.